all have got a lot of information about all these three countries. Bangladesh, ma'am, she has given her contact details. I think you all must have taken the picture of it. If it is not taken, I think we have formed a group. I'll be sharing all the contact details on the group. Okay, and sir, thank you for both of you for your very informative presentations. And I think many of our delegates who are here, they'll be having a question. So we will take questions, and accordingly, we expect you to answer. We'll take few of them. So, yeah. I request our volunteers to just take the mics in the auditorium, and you all can just raise your hand, whoever has a question, then we have our diplomats who will be answering your question.
Hello, my name is Niranjan, and my question is to Excellency of Nepal, Mr. Adhikari sir. We are into business of solar manufacturing. So do you have any policy which would support us to set up a business in solar and do the sustainable energy generation in your country?
Okay, thank you very much for very relevant question of the time. Recently, all the countries, they took part in COP28, and more than 100 countries, they are committed to increase their renewable energy. And Nepal is rich in hydroelectricity. Despite of that also, we are focusing on solar energy also, because in the households in the rural area, where we cannot construct the transmission line. For the hydroelectricity, we need transmission line, the huge transmission line from one hill to another hill. And sometimes it is very difficult. So on that rural areas, we are focusing on solar energy for the household purpose and community purpose, and solar farming also. And recently, Nepal Electricity Authority, under the Ministry of Energy also, investigate the policy that to bring the solar energy into the national grid, and the power purchasing agreement also with the solar farming, solar farmers, or maybe you can say solar producers. And there is one important institution, International Solar Alliance, that India is leading. And Nepal is also making one legislation in relation to the document of the International Solar Alliance. And that is now under the parliament for the discussion. And maybe soon we will be the very active member of the International Solar Alliance. And after that, it will be more easier and comfortable for the solar businesses. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. My name is Ujjwala Khandekar, and this is Dhyan Yatra. Whatever you were talking exactly, I wanted to listen. So thank you so much for your interesting presentation. So we work in the field of culture and heritage tourism. I'm really grateful that you mentioned about Kumari, because nobody knows that there is such tradition, and it is still continuing in some country where actually a little girl is considered as goddess, and she's occasionally brought in the public, and people can worship her, and still that faith is continued. So thank you so much, and we look forward to meeting you. Is it possible to take an appointment and meet? Thank you so much. Thank you. I had only one question. What is the, you said that people can take their own vehicles and they can drive on the roads. So what are the rules for that?
There is agreement between government of Nepal and government of India that Indian vehicles, they can enter into the Nepal, but they have to register in the custom office of Nepal in the border, and maybe around 500 rupees per day they have to pay. And by by paying that and by taking the slip and with the Indian license, motor vehicle license, they can travel around the hill stations and come back to India. That is the provision. Thank you. Okay.
Hello sir, good afternoon. I am Junesh from Gujarat. I have manufacturing extraction unit in Gujarat. We extraction from natural seeds and natural commodities and mainly cashew husk. We import from Vietnam in bulk quantity cashew husk. If we start manufacturing an extraction unit in Vietnam, what is government policy and scheme?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the questions. That means you are in textile and industry, right? And you want to open the business in Vietnam, right? And you want to know the incentive of Vietnam government for the investors. Actually, in general, Vietnam is open the own investor, its own sectors, and especially in India. And we encourage the project that protect environment, reduce less carbon dioxide, and use high technology on that. So for sure, if the local government will very supportive, and if you don't mind, you can share with me your project and information you already done. Which province you want to open your office and your factories, so I can support you. Yeah.
Hi sir, we are into the education sector, medical education sector. So we want to collaborate with Vietnam Education Ministry. What is the policies? What are the policies?
Yeah, the sector is the
Medical education.
medical. Okay. Yes. So medical is what exactly you want to collaborate with Vietnam? You want to export or you want to open the business in Vietnam? Because the pharmaceutical is one of the very potential sectors for the two countries. We import a lot of pharmaceutical from India, and mostly is the raw material or PNI, and also the final products. Because there's the law on that. We have to list up the countries. We have to meet the demand of some Ministry of Health and Healthcare. And India is one of the priorities, the list on that. So I think it's a the question is not very specific, so you can send the email information of you to me, what exactly you request, and I will answer for sure.
Your Excellency Vietnam, so I have a question for you. We are already having some business with your country through defense sector. Okay, so apart from that, we have also seen that services in industrial automation are required in your country. So how can we provide services in your country? Like what kind of setup that we need to have, and what kind of formalities that we'll have to do? It's regarding the industrial automation.
Regarding the defense sector, I think there's some specific, right, defense you're talking about.
Defense, we are already supporting directly through the government.
Right. Yes,
So there we can't ask anything.
Yes.
But apart from that, we have seen in industry, the textile, the industry, and some chemical industries where we can have, we can support the industries over there through services. So we would like to extend our services in your country. So how can we do that?
Yes. There are some channels and some ways to help you. First, you can connect with the Vietnam Embassy The second one, we can connect you with the Association of Vietnam. There are some association, very big association in Vietnam in textiles, and in agriculture. And I think one more way, I think you should choose exhibition in Vietnam. We also organize some exhibition in Vietnam on some sectors like fishery and furniture and textiles. So come there, you can meet the real imports and exports, so you can easy to talk and exchange the ideas with them. Yeah.
I think we will be sharing their email addresses also to you. So, but we request all of you to, as Global India Business Forum is connecting you to all the embassies, so we request that if you have any queries, anything, you can send it to Global India Business Forum. So through us, we will be sending it to them. So it will be easy, because it's not possible for all the diplomats to remember each and every person over here. So when it will go through a right channel, it will be better. So I request, if you have any queries, any questions specifically to any sector, so we have our marketing team here. We'll tell them to share their cards. You all can collect the cards from them. And you all can share your which country and which sector a specific question you have. So we can forward it to them, and then we can connect that country to you. So it will go through a right channel. I think we are towards the end of our event. So before we conclude, we want to just, as we have the business council concept, as we did at the opening of the business councils in the morning also, because this councils helps all the businessmen to connect properly Indian businessmen, and when we do the opening of the India-Nepal Business and Cultural Council, the Nepali businessmen, they also will be there on that portal, so they can be the part of that. So it will be easy for you to extend your and find out your partners in the other country. Okay, so we will go to the opening of the business councils. So the main objective of this council is to improve the bilateral trade between the countries. So this is the objective, and we are working very hard to make this council successful. So this will be possible with your participation in these councils.